Coming up, we have a fun holiday episode of AMA Air, but first we have some breaking news. On Thursday, December 13th, the AMA Executive Council held a special meeting described in the bylaws as an emergency meeting to determine the AMA Executive Director. During this special meeting, the Executive Council voted to elect Chad Budrow as the Executive Director for the AMA. The 6-month search process included reviewing over 100 resumes, multiple repeat interviews with the candidates, and systematic methodology to evaluate each candidate. Chad Budrow spoke with us following the announcement, and this is what he had to say.
I am honored to be named as Executive Director and continue the important work of protecting our hobby as we start a new chapter in AMA's history in which we now have the opportunity to play an even larger role in educating the broader recreational community and to promote and enhance model aviation. The passion AMA members demonstrate for our hobby and the impact we have on our communities is a legacy I plan to preserve as Executive Director.
We look forward to working with Chad as our Executive Director. For now, please enjoy this holiday episode of AMA Air. On this episode of AMA Air, learn how you can help introduce model aviation to others this holiday season.
And hear a special holiday story from our very own Claire Aldenheisen.
Plus, learn how one club put their Flying Side Assistance grant to good use. All that and more on this episode of AMA Air.
Hello, and welcome to AMA Air, your source for modeling news. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Claire Aldenheisen. You know, Chris, I brought something to make this episode a little more festive.
Oh no, what did you do?
I brought us Santa hats. Here.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Is our producer okay with this? Is this okay? I'm getting the nod that Santa hats are okay.
All right.
Is this like a graduate? Does it go on the left?
I don't know.
Graduation thing.
I don't know which side. If we do it like this, then they're opposite.
Okay.
So
well,
it'll be nice framing.
A weird hair day today, so that works.
Last month, Live Science reported on a group of engineers that are working on a plane-blimp hybrid airship. Egan Airships is developing the concept for a lighter-than-air blimp hybrid airship based on an idea CEO James Egan had as a child. He was playing with helium balloons and balsa wood gliders when he noticed that tying the balloon to the plane slowed the plane's descent. But in 2017, Egan Airships released video of a radio-controlled model of a similar design. According to Live Science, the drone airship can fly at 30 miles per hour for 1 hour. The model debuted at the 2017 Inter-Drone Exposition, and Egan says it could be used for advertising, agricultural surveys, or surveillance. You can learn more about the concept at plimp.com.
The 2019 UAS for STEM registration deadline is March 1st, and competition dates will be released in the spring. But there is another event that students can participate in while waiting for the UAS for STEM regionals. CNY Drones, an organization in central New York, is hosting a 2019 Teen Drone Challenge. Forest Fury is a drone competition that simulates using drones to assist during a wildfire with the potential for mudslides. Participants can attempt several tasks, including delivering fire suppressants and supplies and rescuing hikers. Registration is open through January 30th, and the competition will be held on April 7th. You can learn more at cnydrones.org.
An AMA youth member has been selected as one of 25 participants in the Back to Space program. 16-year-old Trey Hackman applied for the program with a 3-minute video on the historical significance of the Apollo program. Back to Space was founded to preserve the legacy of the Apollo Moon program and to prepare high school students to focus on STEM. As a part of the program, Trey attended a gala event in Dallas, Texas, where he met 3 astronauts and watched a yet-to-be-released Apollo 7 documentary. Trey and the other 24 participants are also responsible for promoting the program and working on ideas for a potential television show project.
Yeah, this is so cool. It kind of shows again how, we talk about this a lot, all these pieces are connected. So he's an AMA youth member.
Yep.
You've got the Apollo program from decades ago that is still having an impact now, and I hear he's got plans now for a book.
Yeah, I'd love to see his book. this connection between model aviation and space travel is so significant. People don't realize that over at the museum, we even have a whole exhibit that's artifacts on loan from NASA that are all models.
It has some of the coolest stuff that's over there, in my opinion. I'm kind of a nerd for that, though.
Honestly, I have to agree. I love NASA.
Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. Well, the holidays can be a great way to introduce model aviation to friends and family. Sometimes it starts with a simple gift, but sometimes the real gift is mentoring. Multi-Rotor Associate Editor Matt Ruddick is here to walk us through how to help someone explore the world of drones.
Here at Model Aviation Magazine, we want to bring you the content you want. And that's why today we're proud to introduce Drone Pilot, a special issue of Model Aviation Magazine written by drone pilots for drone pilots. In this issue, we're going to bring you things like a micro drone roundup where we compare all different types of micro drones to see what's right for you. We're going to also give you aerial photography tips and tricks. We're going to tell you all about freestyle FPV. And we're going to bring you community spotlights of pilots from all over the world. Log on to www.modelaviation.com/drone-pilot to get your copy. They're only $2, or you can get a digital copy for free.
Coming up, we'll highlight a few events coming up next month and let you know where to find one near you.
And still ahead, get a taste of a National Model Aviation Museum video series.
Do you have a story you think we should have on AMA Air? Then visit air.modelaircraft.org and tell us about it by sending us an airmail. And if you're not already a member of the AMA, be sure to visit modelaircraft.org and sign up today.
Cape May County WASP RC is hosting Numb Thumbs on January 1st in Ocean View, New Jersey. The fun fly will start at 9 a.m.
The North Canton Radio Control Hawks are holding a swap meet on January 12th in Louisville, Ohio. Admission is $5 at the door.
The Willamette Modelers Club is hosting indoor record trials on January 13th in Albany, Oregon. All contests will be AMA-sanctioned record trials.
The East Valley Aviators will be holding the Superstition Challenge on January 12th and 13th in Apache Junction, Arizona. The challenge is an IMAC flying contest flying the 2019 maneuvers.
For more information on these events or to find one in your area, you can check out the sanctioned event calendar in Model Aviation or at modelaircraft.org.
Coming up, celebrate the holiday season with a model aviation themed story from Claire.
Every journey starts somewhere. Our journey begins with imagination. And imagination can take us anywhere. Because the best journeys end with new beginnings.
AMA Air isn't the first show Claire has hosted, and on the latest episode of Flyby, she shared a very interesting holiday story with us.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Flyby, presented by the National Model Aviation Museum. I'm your host, Claire, and it is the holiday season, and today we're joined by one of the most famous holiday figures, Santa Claus. Twas the week before a holiday season, and the museum was just looking for a reason to share with everyone its newest donation with thanks and salutation in the hopes that many would choose to fund the location. When from storage they came the hum of an engine that sputtered and started, then whined with intention. The staff all panicked, the fuel tanks all dry as a bone. They scrambled to pockets and bags to pull out their phone, to call for help or record for posterity, whatever, based on their individuality. When what to the staff's surprise and delight came Santa and Rudolph taking flight. They flew through the halls, avoiding with care the old and delicate planes that were hanging there. They landed gently on perfect display and addressed all the visitors to say, "Model aviation is the best hobby around. Free flight, control line, RC drones, helicopters, and FPV, all fun, All worthwhile, all fly away all. I speak for the best as a Santa with heart, because as a model, I fly quite smart. Rudolph's blanket forms a forward tail. It's called a canard, and it is hardly avant-garde. Look at the Wright brothers and you'll see it's what they flew in 1903. The main wing is my sleigh, the tall sides, the fins. It all works together as we fly through the wind. The power is given by a little Cox Babe BO-49, and we're guided by a pilot holding on to the lines. Because of the engine nestled in between me and the deer, and with the long wires that are needed to steer, everything must be balanced just right. To make Santa Claus come to light, Frank H. Scott had the idea in sight. In '77, he tried 4 times, and on the 5th, I was finally refined so I could fly for years and years to children and non-modelers' cheers. With a jump to his seat, he settled his arms to provide the right airflow and then called out a charm. The O-49 glowed and Rudolph took off, and away they all flew back to their shelf. And as the staff watched it fly out of sight, they heard Santa call out, nice and bright, "Happy holidays to all, and to all a good night."
Now, not all episodes of Flyby are just like this last one, right?
No, this was a special holiday episode that I've actually been waiting a year to film. We acquired the Super Sleigh last year in December, but it was too late to film an episode for Christmas. And so I've been waiting and waiting, just like a kid waiting for Christmas,
Right.
counting down the days until I could film this. And it came out better than I ever expected. Maria, our collections manager who writes our scripts, she wrote that poem from scratch.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, this is a talent I didn't know she had.
I know. I love that episode so much. I'm really proud of it. And our media producer did a beautiful job with the special effects. So,
but it is a regular series,
yeah,
right? Flyby is.
Exactly. It's been a regular series since September 2016. And it was one of my first ideas for the museum, actually, because I wanted to highlight the artifacts in our collection. Here's a fun fact for you and for our viewers. 90% of all museum artifacts are never seen by the public.
Really?
Yeah, and that is across the board, every
That's
museum.
crazy.
Exactly, and so by having Flyby, we can highlight these artifacts that people might not otherwise see or might not know the backstory of.
Sure.
And especially since we have a national membership, not everybody can make it to their museum, and so with Flyby, we can give them that access to the collection without leaving their home.
So when do people find this? You mentioned last year, for example, it was too late. When does this come out?
So Flyby comes out every last Friday of the month at 2 p.m. on our YouTube channel.
Very, very cool. Well, to see all of the episodes of Flyby, just visit youtube.com/modelaircraft. Click on playlists and select the Flyby playlist.
Coming up, learn how one AMA club improved its flying site with an AMA grant. The Douglas County RC Flyers acquired access to Kingery Ranch in Yoncalla, Oregon in May 2018 to develop a flying site. The area provided a great overfly space and level ground for a runway. However, a problem was found with the soil conditions. When the clay-like soil dried out, it left large cracks in the surface and was capable of swallowing the landing gear of any size aircraft. In September 2018, the Douglas County RC Flyers received an AMA flying site grant of about $610. With the combination of the grant, member donations, and club funds, the club was able to form a work party and install a geotextile fabric runway. The completed runway is 47 feet wide and 420 feet long. You can learn more about the Flying Site Assistance Grants at amafoundation.modelaircraft.org/grants.
Well, that's all for this episode of AMA Air. In fact, do we need to, I think,
yep.
we need to move our tassels here
go.
over to the other side. You can stay connected with us by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For even more videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And from all of us here at AMA, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time, but for now, it's time to get flying.